Firewall again. So this video is continuation video for advanced firewalling of Checkpoint Firewall. In previous video we have seen we have installed R81.10 GAIA OS into management server. In this video we'll be going to install the same OS, not the same OS, R80.30 GAIA OS into the gateway, because we wanted to test R81.10 management part of it, and the gateway it's okay, we will have below versions. So I have I have done the basic installation, so I have just started with the gateway, and I have just installed basic OS. Now the web UI is pending, so let me go to the Google Chrome, and from here let me type the IP address for the gateway: 192.168.1.11. Okay, all right, accept the default things, give the password. Okay, checkpoint first time configuration wizard. Next, continue with the R80.30 configuration. Next, have the default things. I will configure ETH1 letter, give the name. So this is my gateway 1, which is having our 80.30 OS. Domain name is firewallgan.com. DNS server will be the Google DNS. Next, default time setting. This will be the security gateway, so I'm selecting the security management server. Next, yeah, one more thing. This will be the part of the cluster Excel. So if in case we need to have this cluster Excel in place, we'll be giving this option, right? Next, does this gateway have dynamically assigned IP addresses? No. When you have something like your ISP is providing the IPs to your gateway, for example your gateway is on external side world, and next is your ISP gateway. From there they have the DHCP services enabled, and your gateway is getting the IP addresses from there. In that case you need to select this option yes, otherwise in a normal scenario it should be no. This is the important step. You need to give the activation key. The activation key will be useful when you're going to establish secure internal communication between your management server and the gateway. And if you want to learn more on this, just read this thing, what is SIC. All right, capture the screenshot and read these things. Next, and finish. And one more thing, if you see there is something called improved product experience by sending data to checkpoint, always check this box. Start the process. So I believe it will take a minute or two to finish. Let me see if I have R81.10. Yeah, I got a smart console for the same. And in last video we have completed our SMS or management server installation. I have given a bit more memory space here, so let's see how it reacts. Let me see where we are now. Okay, So meanwhile, let's let's start this SMS. I hope my PC will not get hung because of the huge RAM, but however we need to start this machine. Okay, this guy is also finished. Let the system get rebooted. It will take a minute or two to get rebooted. Meanwhile, let's see the SMS. It's starting. Let's get ready with the IP address 192.168.1.254. Okay, it's still rebooting. It will show you, yeah, it's still rebooting. What about the SMS? Okay, it's also starting the system. Also guys, keep in mind whenever you install the gateway, and if you want that gateway to be communicated with the smart management server, always you need to have at least a two interface to be configured, one as your internal and one as your external. Because if you don't have those interfaces in a place, when you establish a secure internal communication between the gateway and the management server, it will ask you to fetch the topology, and if it not see there is only one interface and there is no another interface for the internal or the external side, it will throw you an error. So always keep in mind. So we just need to give the IP address to the second interface, which may be the internal IP address. Okay, let's see SMS. Okay, SMS is started. And how about this? Okay, the gateway is also rebooted. Let me log into the gateway. Meanwhile, let's log into the SMS as well. So here, when you go to the network interface, if you want to add new IP address, I mean the interface IP address, you always need to go to the network interfaces. And here you have to just do the edit, always check box, and you need to enable this IPv4 currently we have. So I'm just giving the IP from that. So 10.1.1.1. For now I'm just giving anything for testing purpose. And your subnet mask, rest thing will be okay. Okay, it look good. Let me see if we able to log in to the SMS. Always remember when the SMS started, it takes some time to initialize internally. So always remember you will get little bit delay when you log into your SMS from Smart Console. Earlier with the oldest version, it was not the process was not like that. We usually get early logins, but here it takes time to initialize because it's a huge database, and too many services need to be run in the background. So we have to wait couple of minutes to SMS to get started. And if you want to look more into that, you just have to come here. This is my SMS. Log into the SMS. Okay, login as admin. Give it a password. And from here, let's see if I can run cpwd underscore admin list. Use that command. So here you will see what is the status of the services we are running. So everything looks good, everything is established. E stand for establish, and if you see something like a W, it's like a waiting state. So for now everything looks good. Let's see uptime. Okay, let's say top. So if you see, the processes are also running well, so I believe we should able to log into the SMS without any issue. Unable. Let's try if we are able to ping. I hope we will. Ping 192.168.1.254. Yeah, we are able to ping. So let's try one more time. Log into the R81.10. Now it's loading the data. Once we are in, we'll be doing the secure internal communication with the gateways. Give it a minute. So guys, this is all new R81.10 console smart dashboard. So first thing what you need to do, I'll just walk you through the options here. So if you see here, first thing is your security and gateways and the servers. This gives you overview what gateways you have installed, what SMS you have installed, what VSX or virtual systems you have installed. So it will give you all the overviews and the status, what is the hardware you have used, what CPU it's using, you have any recommended updates, and much more things. At the bottom you are able to see there all details, whichever the product version you have installed, what is their license status, what are the policies and blades you have activated and everything, right? Then second tab, there is we call it a security policy. In security policy, it will give you what are the security policies or the rules you have configured. So in security policies, it will help you with the configurational part. So if you wanted to do some sort of a package configuration, for example, right now I am saying I am in a standard package. You can change the package, you can, you know, configure the policies. By default we get come up with the cleanup rule. So what this rule means, whatever hitting to this gateway, be it any source, any destination, the policy will be dropped. Okay, so once you install the policy, uh, your gateway, if you not allow anything, your gateway by default drop anything. Then you have the NAT policies, then you have HTTP inspection policies and a lot of things. We will see all those stuff one by one, but for now we will only restrict to this video to have the secure internal communication between your firewall, your gateway, and your management server, right? So let me go to the gateway and do the secure internal communication with your management server. Now let me show you a few options from where you can do this all options, right? So from, if you see here, there is something called like a, you know, a star, this option. If you click here, you will see what you need to configure newly. First thing is your gateway, then cluster, VSX, whatever you want to configure. For this video, I'll be just configuring the gateway, so just click to that. Then you have a wizard option. So basic wizard option, which you can go ahead and, you know, configure your gateway using, you know, simple wizard option, or you can use classic option. So wizard option is the old one, we will go with the classic one. Let me see. Let's wait for a minute because the system is a bit slow. Let the wizard option, or sorry, classic option pop up. So if you see, these are the properties, checkpoint gateway properties appears here. You have to give your gateway name, you can give whatever you like. I'm giving gateway 1, and the IP address 192.168.1.1. If you like to give any sort of colors, you can give that. We don't have to do this dynamic address things, right? Now here, this is your open server R81.10 GAIA. Now what blades you want. For example, if you want IPsec, you just select that as well. And if you're looking for any other things like your filtering, identity awareness, for now we are good with IPsec. And remember, these guys will come by default. Advanced networking clustering with secure, excellent dynamic routing will configure. Now you have to come here and to establish SIC. This is the important thing, secure internal communication, which we call SIC. And then the status right now you are saying it's initialize. To do all this initialization, you have to come here and click communication. Let me see. Okay, now here it's your open appliance. This is a one-time password which we gave to the gateway, like a SIG password when we installing the first time wizard of the gateway. I'm giving the same password here, and I'm clicking initialize. Okay, look like the trust is got established without any issue. And if you want to test your status of the SIC, you have to click this option, right? So I'm just saying what is the status of my thing. Okay, SIC of the gateway is communicating and everything is got established. If you click OK, it by default download your topology what you have. And keep in mind, if you don't have this thing like two interface at least, it will give an error. So here, close this thing. come to the network management, the next tab, next option, and from here you need to define basic things like what is the topology for your current configuration. Click to the edit, and here you have to tell, okay, so this is your internal or external network. Okay, so if you see ETH0, I'm considering this is my external network for now. So here if you see, there is something called anti-spoofing. This is very important step, guys. You have to select your anti-spoofing option well. So always remember, if your firewall is external facing and you want to protect your firewalls from spoofing, then you have to come here and select this option as a prevent. And if you have some external servers which are legitimate and you don't want to do anti-spoofing check for that, you can come here and give those options like don't check packets from this thing, right? So it's a external interface, so I'm just putting like override. This network is not internal, this network will be external. That what I wanted to tell. So here if you see, there's an option called internet external, internet external. So this is external network, and I just want to say okay, and then again okay here, right? And the other guy, ETH1, I wanted to tell this is my internal network, so I think by default every setting is there for that guy. So this is internal network, and usually internal network we don't do the anti-spoofing to prevent communication issues. So I am putting it in a detect mode, so whatever the thing happened with the anti-spoofing, I'll be able to log. See, spoofing track log. So okay, finish. Yeah, so this is what you can log in as a web UI portal. That is fine. And now important step, as I said, the SIG is got established. Now you only have one rule there, which is your cleanup rule. So to allow your communication happen with your firewall, you need to have a stealth rule, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click to this rule and I'll say okay, new rule, add above, and from here I'll be adding one rule which I'm calling as admin access. So at least for now I should able to access my gateway with my whatever the system I have configuration I have with my systems. So for now I'm giving it as a let's see, let me show you one more thing which is important here, right? So I wanted to create an object which denotes my internal network. So if you click this top thing, let me show you this guy, uh, the king crown, what it's showing here, right? If you click that, you will get a lot of options. So here just first do that open object explorer, and here create new object. Always remember guys, do this method. What usually we do, we for a simplicity we do it from here, but I will recommend always do it from this option, Object Explorer. It will give you more visibility. So here what you want to do, you want to configure a new object, network object. So click OK, network object, and give your network. So I'm giving a large range of my network, 192.168.0.0 is my network, and I will say this is my network, and the mask I will use is say 16. So I'll give it like M16 for the my betterment. So 192.168 1 dot, not 1 dot, 192.168.0.0, and subnet mask will be 255.255.0.0. All right. NAT, for now I'm okay. I don't want to take this thing to the network. I'll be showing NAT part in a network netting video. So I'm just clicking OK. Now the network object is added. Let me close. Let's add that guy here. So let me say click this add button, and here let me click again. Here let's search that option. Okay, it's here. Now that is added. Now the destination will be your, for now I'll be putting like any, right? I want anything to be get access. So if I say any here, action should be accept, server application I want any for now, and it should be logged whatever the traffic I am hitting with that. Here also remember with the cleanup rule, whatever the things is coming up you need to log. So if you notice the things what they have changed, here they have give you an option whatever you want to configure. So if you configure switch to defaults, I'm just showing you what happens if you go to that switch to defaults. So you will give they will give you what source, destinations, and service application you can give it from policy setting. We'll talk on this later, but for now just install this policy. So let me come here and say install policy. Keep in one thing guys, when you say install policy, by default whatever the sessions we have performed, whatever the activity we've performed, if you see here the 19 changes we have made, those got published. You don't have to come and push publish button here separately because it's automatically get published. In case if you don't want to install the policy right away, you can use that option like publish now and install policy later, right? Now I'm saying okay, install this policy to this gateway, and it will take a minute or two depending on your configuration. The policy will get installed. If you see status here, what is happening with your policy. So let's wait for a minute to policy get installed. So if you want to see what happens in background when you install the policy, you come to the SMS and run the top command. I hope it's still installing the policy while I'm running the top command. So all these things you need to observe, what are the processes are coming into the picture while you installing the policies. So see, there is something called init is getting initiated, a lot of things in the background. So this is how you need to think when you work on a checkpoint firewall, guys. Now let's see the policy status. Wow, it's got installed. If you see, the status is got installed, and if I have access it, then I believe I am not logged out because this policy, right? So I am marking this video, or I am ending this video here. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel and press bell icon, so whatever the latestly uploaded video come to you as soon as I'll upload them. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and have a wonderful day.